Daggerheart. Daggerheart. Daggerheart, come and me want to go home. Daggerheart. Daggerheart. Daggerheart, come and me want to go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to do. Good morning and welcome. It's 8:26 in the morning. It's the 28th day of March. Man, this month went by fast. It is opening day. Get to watch the Cubs lose again. Woohoo! It is cold and gloomy today here at Site B. So, yeah, and I can feel the headache bunnies about to pounce on me. And it's Thursday, which means it's Daggerheart Beats. Yes, I'm keeping the name, where we take a look at the never-ending soap opera that is the world of Critical Role and Matt Mercer and Daggerheart. And what controversy has the cast got up to this week? But first, let's look at the numbers to see if anything has changed since last week. So if we go to the Twitch thingy and check out their numbers here, we had the Critical Role Plays Daggerheart One Shot, which had 148K views on Twitch. We had Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 88, which had 182K views. We had Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 89, which had 146K views, but apparently broke the internet. We'll get to that in a sec. And then we had the Everything Content, a live play of their new collectible, non-collectible card game, which had 71.6K views on the Twitch, because I guess nobody wants to watch them play Magic. That's, well, basically, Critical Role, the card game. Meanwhile, on the YouTube numbers, we had Mitts Season 3, Episode 6, with 17K views. We had the Campaign 3, Episode 88, with 371K views. We had Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 89 with 230K views, but it still apparently broke the internet. We had Everything is Content. Let's play the Critical Role Challenger card game, which had 96K views. That's not a good sign. And we had Mitts Season 3, Episode 7 with 10K views. Yeah, so not already looking like, well, we know Mitts was a failure. We know Candle Obscura was a failure. Looking like the card game might be a failure. But apparently Laura Bailey broke the internet again. So that's the only thing we're getting out of Critical Role this week. There was a picture of Laura Bailey and Marisha and looking sort of longingly at each other and kind of almost touching fingernails to represent the relationship between their two characters in the game. And apparently that thing had so many responses that it was like top #1 trending topic yesterday on the interweb algorithm that traces that thing. Secondly, apparently the one-shot Critical Role of playing Daggerheart broke the internet, broke records, unbelievably high records, the most people ever watched on a thing ever since the last time, the most watched thing ever. I mean, I'm not even sure that means anything anymore. It's like, well, that's the most amount of people who have watched a bunch of actors play a game of D&D since the last time the most amount of people watched a bunch of actors play D&D. But they broke a record. I mean, it pales in comparison to some of the records like, Iron Mouse and those guys have made, but okay, whatever. I don't know how 171K is a record, like 3 million would be a record. But apparently they broke a record, which brings us to Daggerheart this week and the website. And I got an attention. What setting or is the one-shot scenario? I don't think it is a setting. I think it's just sort of generic fantasy. I don't know. I mean, you know, there's a 60% wants me to lead to that, you know, the campaign setting for Daggerheart will be Exandria post campaign 3. A lot of the things we're seeing in Daggerheart appear in Exandria now, but then there's a lot of new things that I don't know where they're coming from. So Daggerheart may have its own campaign setting. It may be Exandria post Second Cataclysm by the end of campaign 3, or it may just be a generic system. Then you make your settings, which is what it sounded like they were making. I don't think Daggerheart should have a campaign setting unless it's Exandria. Otherwise, it should just be, here's a fantasy role-playing game, make your own settings, and we're just going to make support books. We're not going to make a setting book. Otherwise, yeah, there's no reason to make a new world unless that's the world. If you're going to do live plays of Daggerheart in a brand new world, great. Otherwise, it just make campaign 4 post end of campaign 3 using Daggerheart. I've already explained that in a separate video, and it does feel like that's the direction we're going. But with these guys, you can't know. There's been no updates on the page. Everything is pretty much still the same, including these paintings. This is still the same, and the playtests have not been updated since March 12th, and it is now March 28th. So, yeah, they're taking the surveys, but it doesn't look like anything's changed since the last time. So I guess we're still waiting for a new update after they look at everything that we've responded to. Now, you can't talk about Daggerheart or Critical Role without talking about the Matt Mercer effect, and this came up again recently. A friend of mine posted on the Twitter that they were having a discussion about the Mercer effect and about people feeling still that they are intimidated to play because they can't be as good as Matt Mercer and they can't play the way they played. And my friend responded that acting is not a requirement to play RPG. It's a game. It's not a performance. And that's pretty much the general consensus of most of us, right? Play what you want, play the way you want, play whatever way you want. You can be an extrovert, you can be an introvert. It doesn't matter. The game is designed to embrace you. You don't have to be Matt Mercer. Matt Mercer hasn't done anything positive for the hobby. And most of the people that responded to her were positive. One individual, one rage pig, one content farmer, one fucking asshole did respond that she was antiquated and wrong, that Mercer has changed D&D forever, and that, you know, not recognizing that is the path to failure. Matt Mercer is the bar, and whatever. This person went after her. This is a person we know are very familiar with going after people for reason. Of course, this person is also Dragon Mercer over the coals more than once. So yeah, his opinion is completely pointless. Rage Pig is just trying to start a fight with my friend in the hopes to get some free content. But the opinion is there, that people still feel they have to play like the people at Critical Role and they have to run like Matt Mercer. And the response, especially now, and especially with everything we're seeing coming out of the play test of Daggerheart works for Critical Role because it was designed by them for them. And even they don't understand it. Everybody else trying to play test Daggerheart is coming up with the same problem, that it's just a lot of gimmicks and ideas that doesn't really flow well together, because it is a game designed to be played by actors who understand it in a television show with us watching. You do not have to be an actor to play. You do not have to be Matt Mercer to run. This idea that if we don't try and be like Matt Mercer, we're going to fail is horrible. It's bad. Matt Mercer, Critical Role is the best, worst thing to happen to D&D. I mean, yes, it brought a lot of new people to the table. which is great. It got D&D public, positive public recognition for the first time in a while, which was great. But it also created this vortex of just vileness. Critters are horrible human beings. Look at the way they treat the staff and the cast and the crew of the show and each other and the rest of the internet. And this just having this, belief that you have to try and live up to the Matt Mercer or you're a failure is wrong. It's stupid. And anybody who tells you that, you just need to block them and not respond. So I know a lot of people feel the need to come to my friend's defense or to respond to this rage pig. And I please do not. If you've seen the tweet, if you're following it, don't respond. That's what he wants. He wants you to respond. He wants you to pick a fight with him. So please don't ignore the rage pig. Do not engage with the rage pig. He is just a cancer on the ass of society. And I feel bad that he went after my friend, but my friend did stand up to themselves very well. And generally, I think the general opinion is the same. Could Daggerheart work? It depends how much of the play tests they listen to and respond to. Is it going to compete with D&D? Again, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when Daggerheart hits the shelves next year, it doesn't matter how good or bad of a system it is. What's between those pages aren't going to matter at all because it's Critical Role. So the success and failure of Daggerheart relies solely on the fans, the Critical Role fans. Critical Role fans are what bolster up Critical Role, the multi-million-dollar, empire, all the creative things, and 5e became the 5e that we either love or hate because of the fans of Critical Role, and they jumped into the D&D pool. But 80% of them don't play; they just like talking shit. So that 80% will decide the popularity of Daggerheart. And if it's a multi-million-dollar seller that kicks D&D's ass, it's because of the fans. If it's if it's Pathfinder and it's running neck and neck with D&D for a while and maybe even surpasses D&D for a while, much like Pathfinder did with 4th edition, again, that's totally based upon the Critical Role fan base, not normal people like you and me. And if it fails miserably, again, that's because the Critical Role fan base, not because of you or me. People like me have my opinion of Daggerheart, whether I purchase it or not. I think it sucks. Doesn't matter. These videos that I make every week don't matter. I'm not going to change anybody's opinion, I don't think. I'm, just saying the information because it's out there. If Daggerheart kills D&D, which, you can't kill D&D, but if Daggerheart kills 5th edition sales, 2024 D&D 5th edition sales, it's because of the fans. It's not because of how good or bad the system is. The system doesn't matter. This is the sad truth. So please, don't try, please don't feel like you have to be an actor to play. You have to be an actor to run. You have to play exactly like them. Critical Role is a TV show where we watch a bunch of actors play D&D. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it's ever been. Trying to make it something else is what the problem has been. Now we're at a point where the fans are drifting away. The influence is being less and less and less. And we can either, look at Daggerheart on its own or not. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for Daggerheart because it depends on the fans. But as the system now, it's just sort of a gimmicky mess. But maybe it'll change after the playtest surveys. I don't know. We'll find out next week. Till then, I'm the OGGM. If you appreciate this content, let me know. Please like, please share. Do not forget to hit that notification button down below so you are always informed every day with what's coming out at the OGGM Adventures. Don't forget, I've got my own merch, so instead of buying Daggerheart, you could just buy the now POD copy of Wretched Beastry, which just went up on Lulu today. Links down below. And the now POD copy of Wretched Supermax, which just went live today. Links down below. Have a great day. Stay safe. It's raining. I'll talk to y'all later. Get off.